Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another replay cast. Today's game is between Bisu and Jaedong. They have spawned in red versus blue, so luckily nobody needs to complain about the colors today because they have arrived as ordered. We're on Dominator and yeah, it's gonna be a fun game, guys. This is my penultimate Broodwar cast, so finishing up at the end of June. No major deal, no issues, I'm totally fine. I just wanted to be doing some other things with my time, and I feel like I've achieved everything that I wanted to achieve by doing this. It's been a real wicked fun ride, and I have enjoyed absolutely every minute of it. So I am going out with my favorite matches. So today is Bisu versus Jaedong, and the final game that I'll be doing, which will come out tomorrow, which will of course be Flash versus Jaedong, my absolute favorite match of all time. Obviously, a part of me is hoping that the game isn't entirely anticlimactic. I don't know. I've just kind of picked one that was in my replay bank and hope for the best. So we'll see how it goes. Just got done doing a game between Bisu and Soma on Roaring Currents, and it did not disappoint. It would have come out 2 days ago, I think, from the time that you're watching this, and it was a lot of fun. So if you haven't watched that one, I highly recommend that you do so. So yeah, man, here we go. We are doing a hatchery first opening on Dominator here. It's probably only risky if your opponent is going Forge, and you can be cannon rushed. I haven't seen a cannon rush since returning to streaming. You know, not that being said, I'm sure it does get done, but I've just not been fortunate or unfortunate enough to come across them. But it does look like we might get one here. I think I've sort of spoken it into existence. So here we go. The attempt to punish the hatchery first from Bisu is real. Positioning of the pylon so that the cannon can be made. Oh my god, that's so clever. So he first puts the pylon where the cannon's supposed to be, then he tries to get the cannon up, then he gets another probe in here in case the drones are able to target down the pylon. Lings will be on the way quite soon. The spawning pool is finished and 2 sets of lings are starting, so this is 100% a timing thing, and the cannon finishes now. The lings are not yet here, but this pylon is so low, bro, and a sunken is being made. And it's being made within range of the pylon, so he has to cancel the drone. Is Jaedong going to lose this hatch? I'm not going to sneaky two for a final game between these two guys, so I don't know what's going to happen here, but it's really not looking good. Although, this pylon's got no life left. And he has blocked it! Wow, okay, so would we call that a failed cannon rush? Like, do you have to get the hatchery for it to be worthwhile? I mean, we have 19 workers versus Jaedong, who has 15. We have got more lava because our hatchery is up. No dramas. We don't have a gas yet. I expect he will take a third hatchery first because of the lead that holding that gives him. And if it doesn't give him a lead, what it does do is it gives him time, right? So he knows that Protoss has got one gateway and can potentially send a zealot, but he's already got his pool up. He's got some lings. He can easily defend any zealot harassment. And Bisu's priority is going to be tech over anything else. He needs to get his cybernetics core, he needs to get his gas, he needs to get Stargate. Everything is late, right? So 4 minutes 30 seconds, you should already be able to make your Stargate. And obviously because of the cannon rush, he's behind. So I think Jaedong is quite smartly here taking a third hatchery before Lair. In fact, he's going to counter-attack now and push with Hydras. You wouldn't make the Hydra den this early if you didn't have intentions to do a 3-hatch Hydra counter push. So we're going to get all the things, man, in our final game. So we're getting the cannon rush. Then Zerg's like, well, screw your cannon rush. You're going to have to defend 3-hatch Hydra. And yeah, we'll see what else we get. It's definitely a fun start to the game. He is making a Stargate. And has got a scouting probe out. This is why Bisu is so good, in my opinion. It's also sent a zealot here just to be a nuisance, but it hasn't actually shown him yet. It's just he gets so much information by keeping the scouting worker alive. Like, he can see the lings are still slow. So he can probably sense that there's going to be hydras here potentially. He has tried to poke into the main base, but hasn't gotten there yet. Now shows the zealot. Hi. I don't see a lot of lings around, so let me deny some basing. He also counted the drones there. There were only 3, right? So that is a signal at 5 minutes and 40 seconds. If the third base of the Zerg only has 3 to 4 drones, they call it the 974 or the 973, depending on which variant you want to do, for a reason. Because the third base generally has 3 to 4 drones at about 6 minutes. So all the signals are there. That being said, Bisu can be a little bit too Bisu for my liking at times. And so is moving his zealots about. But that being said, does seem to be on his way home. Isn't making a cannon yet, but he sees the hydras. Hydras! And immediately the panic cannons get made. It does have a meaningful number of zealots that will slow down the initial hydras. And also the hydra range upgrade won't be ready yet. So should be able to hold this okay enough. We will see. We will just kind of keep a decent view on what is happening here. He's flying around with his Corsair, not to harass, but to confirm when and if Jaedong transitions back into droning. That is a key part of holding this successfully. If you try and hold this in the darkest Protoss, you tend to make the wrong tactical decision, which is why keeping this Corsair alive is actually really critical. So a lot of what Zerg tries to do here is deny the +1 upgrade, but the position of the Forge is really good. So I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. This gateway is going to go down though. Templar Archives is already on the way, so Bisu's reaction was to rush tech as opposed to units. We do have 2 gates in the main. So we're making a couple more cannons. We're getting zealot. No, we're not getting zealot speed. So we're prioritizing storm over zealot speed. We're just going to back ourselves to hold this with slow, tanky zealots, of which he has a fair number. We can see he's got 9. And +1 just about arrives. Okay, so he's got it. So now, here we go. This is the key thing. What's he going to make in these eggs? Looks like he's made a round of drones already. And Bisu has confirmed that. And so he's going into lair. And he's making drones. And so Bisu's like, alright, I've held this without needing to hold this. Jaedong actually pulls back, doesn't even engage. And so now we will transition into a more normal game. What an adventurous start that was. Hey, holy crap, beautiful stuff. So Corsair flies in, sees the drone counts at all the bases. That's really, when you're good at this game, the information you get from flying over Zerg bases is much, much more valuable to you than if you're not good at this game, right? So there's so much information that can be gauged with scouting. And I think that's the difference between good players and great players, is they know exactly what and when they need to look for it. And obviously these dudes are pros, they play all the time, so they'll know exactly what they're doing. Okay, so I expect now we'll see Robo relatively soon. He saw Lair, he didn't see a Spire, so he knows that it's very much a Hydra Lurker build that Jaedong is likely to commit to here. Spire does start now though, interestingly enough. So maybe a Muta switch. Jaedong definitely was a catalyst of the mid-game Mutas to pick off High Templars build. A streamer that I watched named Recha, I don't know if I pronounced that right, he's a Dutch fella. He plays the Mutalist mid-game pick High Templars off build really, really well. It's a style of his that he does, and it's very good. He's like a high S rank, a high A rank, low S rank Zerg, and he's very, very good. So it's something that I enjoy seeing Zergs do, even though I'm a Protoss fan. I think it just makes playing Protoss way, way, way more difficult because you cannot bank on just having endless bodies of storms, especially if you think about a High Templar. It's cost a lot of gas, right? And then you get the energy upgrade, and then they come with their mutas and they pick off 3 of your 4 High Templars. You've lost so much damage, so much storm, so much power and potency in your army. It's rough. Check how cool these High Templars look with these colors, man. Got like the purple on the top here. Let's go. Extra snazzy. Alright, so we got a cannon in our base in case it's mutas. We are moving out, so we're doing a delayed timing with our Hydras, but we are there. 10 mutas in production, guys, so we're going to see it from Jaedong. It's great to see it from the GOAT as well, where he's now going to be sniping High Templars. Or at least trying to. So how good will Jaedong be at protecting his High Templars is the question. We are making an observatory, so I think he kind of middle of the roaded it. The zealot's only purpose here was just to confirm the timing of the 4th base. Here we go. So these High Templars are not being looked after. He loses both of them, and Jaedong lost 1 muta. That is such damage. He could have maybe taken these 2, but Bisu's now realized, oh shit, this is not going to be as easy as I hoped. Because Jaedong's mutas are hunting Templars. And now this makes the Hydras that he has in tow, with just +1 attack, way more potent. There you go. Picking off a few zealots. Just trying to look after these 2 High Templars. They have nearly 2 storms each. Well, it takes down this pylon. But he decides he's going to engage. First storm goes off. It's a little bit of a whiff. It's a very spread attack from Bisu. So he's got 2 storms in him. Let's see if he can pick him off. Does get 1, but the one that's still got... Oh no, he obviously cast his storms because his energy is gone. No! Oh my god, he's still getting so much damage. And flanking here from both sides. Hydras are running a bit thin, but supplies are getting dangerously close. This Muta Hydra combo that he's playing is really good. He's going to throw down the storm here. He's got the energy, he does storm, and he loses. Oh my god, all the mutas to that 1 storm. Critical damage. So scary. Because he pounced to get the High Templar, which is the plan. But Bisu threw down the storm. It was a suicide storm because he obviously stormed his own High Templar, but he took about 10 mutas with him. And you can see the swing impact that had on the supplies was absolutely nuts. This High Templar, this Dark Templar seems to have some ambition. He doesn't get anywhere though. And I think Bisu now is going to slow down. What a battle that was. He's got another DT here, but does he have any kills on him? No. So he had no drones at this base, which is a little bit unlucky, but there is an Overlord here in position expecting exactly this. Third base of Bisu is up and running, so when you push yourself into a lead, which is done here, then expand. Always what they say, when you're ahead, get further ahead. One, two, three, 4 mining bases. 2-1 on our units. Interestingly enough, +2 defense. And no upgrades being worked on at the moment. Or armor, not defense. Picks off a free Overlord. Doesn't actually have anything defending that base, so could well have pushed forward, but I think his observers saw the Hydralisk move out. He wants to cut this off. So here we go, another nice fight. Storms for the plucking. Those doesn't even dodge those, just eats 100% full storm. By the way, guys, this game was played in October 2025. So, recent enough match for sure. Here come the Mooders again. So he hasn't been discouraged by trying to pick off Hydras. High Templars, excuse me. Let's get 1. But he lost probably 2 mutas, I'd say, in exchange for that. 3. Just a little quiet patch in the game here now, while Bisu seems to be powering up. It's also getting a Maelstrom by the looks of things. We're going to get a Dark Archon too. So this is the counter to the muta play. Obviously you see Protoss is pulling it off with varying degrees of success and precision. Now we're going to have a little convergence here. So Bisu's setting up another base. I don't see many High Templars left. So the sniping seems to work. There we go, gets it. Oh, it gets another one, and all his mutas are alive. So very nicely done by Jaedong. Also scouts the timing on the 4th. And thwarts those cannons. Needs to get out of dodge though. 150 plays 130. Can Jaedong be the one to take down the mighty Bisu in a PvZ in what I presume was just a practice game between the two? Because Jaedong does not ladder on... Sorry, Bisu does not ladder on this account. This is his show match, stream, and competition account that he uses. C9_BSUTY. So we don't know the context, but based on the competitive nature of the game, we can assume it's always a goodie. It's it! Maelstrom time! Let's go, baby! All the mutas are mutified. So that's how it's done, boys and girls. If you want to know, you Maelstrom the mutas. And now I'm getting very worried for Azug. So it was so beautiful while it lasted, and now it's not so beautiful. So we just have +2 attack on our Hydras. We have still just 2-1. We are working on +3 defense. It's still just +1 attack. I don't know why. It's interesting that he's not doing the attack upgrades as well. Also would have the money now for a double forge. So that just comes here to confirm Jaedong's attempts to expand. We're going to have a nice convergence here from the bottom and the top. So a bit of a flank opportunity from Jaedong. We can see here from this angle. But these Hydras getting clustered up means that they are just getting shredated by storms, dude. Not even a little bit, but like a shitload. Just carcasses and more carcasses and more carcasses. But when he runs out of storms, he gets quite vulnerable to the flank. Lurkers though as well finally hit the field. Has had observers the whole time. Oh my god, the storm there, that was godly. Absolutely godly. The power of the storm will always prevail. So Jaedong still trying to play this out, but I think Bisu is just in an overwhelmingly strong position. If you ever just want a clinic on how to play this match, just study Bisu's PvZs, bro. Like, he's just on another level in this particular match. He's not nearly as good at the other 2 matches, but this one, he is almost unbeatable. Drone transfer here. So I don't know if Jaedong's going to try and draw this out. And even if he does, I just don't think Bisu will let him. I think he's winding up a Death Ball Protoss army to go and position and probably take on these two sources of income because they're new. That being said, his army seems to now be moving in the opposite direction. Interesting choice by Bisu. Just kind of pulling Jaedong around here from pillar to post. We've got the big view just to kind of show you the extent to which these guys move their armies around. It's kind of crazy. Getting a few units stuck here, unfortunately. Throws down his initial storms. This is not a nice corridor to try and move the Protoss army through. Does get a few decent storms down. And here we go. He is going to press these top left bases as I expected, simply because they're the newest and most critical sources of income. Maxed out Bisu. A pretty scary prospect at the best of times. Very patient build from him. Not just donk jamming his army into any one spot. Seems to want to consolidate with some more units. So here we go. Takes him on in a surprising location because it's on the high ground and a lot of Jaedong's forces are actually already concentrated here. Does seem to just have storms for days though. And once they break onto the high ground, as a result of the storms, it gets pretty unwinnable for our Zerg. Still has some Dragoons to spare. And just has to break this final line of lurkers. And that's that. Jaedong cannot hold. That was good, guys. I'm definitely happy that I picked that game. It had a cannon rush, a 3-hatch Hydra, which he then didn't go through with, and a nice epic macro fight. Trying to pick off the High Templars or the Mutas, a Maelstrom, as well as just some godlike storms. A beautifully balanced PvZ, but Bisu unfortunately too strong for Jaedong on today's occasion. Thanks so much for watching, guys. One more to come tomorrow, which will be Jaedong versus Flash. Hopefully it's a goodie. Until then, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.